Hey, welcome to the Mad Insider. Wow, what a week. We're talking about everything from a huge vehicle recall that you might need to know about, to a massive budget crisis hitting our local schools. So let's just dive right in. Okay, let's start with just a number, 320,000. That's a big number, right? Well, that's how many vehicles are being recalled right now for a serious fire risk. And you gotta wonder, how many of those are driving around our own neighborhoods? I mean, this isn't just some headline you scroll past. This could literally be a danger parked in your driveway. So the big question is your car one of them? And that brings us to our first big topic, urgent alerts. We've got two really important recalls you need to hear about immediately. Seriously, one's for your garage, and the other could be in your kitchen right now. All right, first up, that massive Jeep recall. We're talking about a recall from Chrysler that impacts over 320,000 plug-in hybrid Jeeps. Specifically, you'll want to check if you have a Wrangler 4xe from 2020 to 2025 or a Grand Cherokee 4xe from 2022 to 2026. The problem? It's a big one. A defect in the high-voltage battery can actually cause a fire. Get this, even when the car is parked and turned off. So the advice from them is crystal clear. Stop charging it immediately and park it outside far away from your house or any other buildings until you can get it fixed. They've already linked a potential 19 fires to this issue, so please don't take this lightly. Okay, so from the driveway, let's head into the kitchen for our next alert. If you bought any yellow or white peaches from Moonlight or the Kroger brand between September 16th and October 29th, you need to listen up. There's a risk of listeria contamination, and that's no joke, especially for pregnant women, older adults, or anyone with a weaker immune system. The action here is super simple. Do not eat them, just throw them out, or even better, take them back to the store for a refund. So we've talked about keeping you safe. Now, let's talk about the health of our public institutions. Our next story is a big one, a huge challenge facing Pasadena schools. Okay, get ready for another number. $35 million. Yeah, that's the projected budget deficit the Pasadena Unified School District is staring down for the 2026-27 school year. I mean, that is a staggering figure. It threatens some really deep cuts across our local schools and could affect everything from class sizes to arts programs. So, what do you even do about that? Well, the district is now legally required to create something called a fiscal stabilization plan. You know, this whole crisis is really a perfect storm of things. Enrollment is down, costs are way up, and all that federal COVID relief money is gone. And the stakes couldn't be higher, really. If they can't get this budget balanced, the county could actually step in and take over. So here's how the district is planning to tackle this beast head-on. First, they've acknowledged the crisis, which is a big step. Now, they're turning to you, the public, for your input. They've already held a couple of town halls this month. And the superintendent, Elizabeth Blanco, made it really clear that community feedback is absolutely crucial for the tough decisions that are coming down the pike. All right, so let's shift from a huge civic challenge to, well, a pretty practical solution. Let's talk about how Pasadena is updating the rules of the road for those of us on two wheels. This is a perfect example of out with the old, in with the new. So for a long time, Pasadena had this kind of outdated mandatory bicycle registration program. Well, that's gone now. And at the same time, they've officially adopted the state classifications for e-bikes. This is great because it should clear up a ton of confusion about where you can and can't ride them. It's a simple change, but a really important one for our local laws. So why the change all of a sudden? Well, it's really all about getting in sync. This new ordinance brings Pasadena in line with a state law, AB 1909. But honestly, the bigger picture here is the push to make things like cycling and other green ways of getting around just easier and more accessible for everybody in the city. And that's a good thing. Okay, let's shift gears completely. Enough about policy, let's talk about passion. This next part is all about what brings us together as a community, celebrating our local heroes and, just getting out there and doing stuff. And of course, we have to start by talking about the retirement of a true legend, Clayton Kershaw. It's definitely a bittersweet moment for all of us Dodgers fans, right? I mean, the guy's leaving the game with 3 World Series rings and a legacy that's going to inspire players for generations. A true icon of Southern California baseball, no doubt. And hey, if you're looking for ways to get out and about, This week is packed. Seriously, there's something for everyone. Whether you're feeling lucky and want to hit up a poker tournament for a good cause, or you want to get your hands dirty at the community farm, or maybe just enjoy some art in the park in Duarte. And of course, with Veterans Day coming up, we've got ceremonies in both Arcadia and Monrovia to honor our service members. Lots to do. All right, next up, let's ground ourselves in a topic that, let's be honest, is on everyone's mind: the housing market. Let's take a quick look at the real estate landscape right here in our area. So let's break down these numbers a bit. In Monrovia, you're looking at a median home price of just under $1 million. Over in Duarte, it's a bit lower, closer to 850,000. But then you have Arcadia, which is really in a league of its own, with a median price of a whopping $2 million. It just goes to show you how diverse our local market really is, with these different price points in each city. And looking at it like this, on a bar chart, really drives that point home, doesn't it? You can just see that huge jump in price when you go from Duarte and Monrovia over to Arcadia. It's a super clear picture of the economic landscape right here in the San Gabriel Valley. So, wow, from urgent recalls and budget crises to new laws and community celebrations, it's pretty clear there is a lot going on in our towns right now. And it all leads to this one question, right? In a community full of headlines and recalls and fun events, how do we all stay connected to what really matters? Well, staying informed and engaged, that's what the Mad Insider is all about. Thanks so much for joining us.